Here we go, folks. Live before lock. Let me know if you guys could hear me all right. I had somebody mentioning some settings issues again in the comments, so I played around with some stuff. I might be a little quieter than normal. Sweet. Good to know. Still no news on Teague or Middleton, which, ugh, it's going to make for an interesting hour. Honestly, I might say screw it by the time all is said and done. Smart doorbell. Nice. Good work, Joey. Beal and Barton. Beal for sure for me. I don't know about Barton. What's going on, Jizz Dragon? That'll never get old for me. Yeah, DeAndre killed a lot of people last night. He was bad. Look, that happened. He is not himself. That team is not good. They're about to be really bad. I'd be surprised if he finished off the season there. We'll see. Ooh, I don't feel the same way there. So I won't be running this because I don't want Hood, but I get pretty close. So let's start building. Let me add my crap back in. Had to update for the Shumpert news. I mean, lineup flexibility is the biggest difference. You know, one less roster spot, but people have multiple positions. There's a utility for DK, whereas FanDuel is just going to be 2 across the board, 1 center, easy peasy, no worries about anything, which is sort of what I prefer. I don't know. There's something I like about the rigid structure. Awesome. Thanks, Rob. Oh, man, that's... Getting LeBron and Giannis, I've found that to be pretty difficult, but we'll see. Beal, Giannis, Jokic, Ingles, Giannis, Braun, Cauley Stein, Markieff. That's hard for me to think about that on a DK scale when it's, you know, 4 guys and 4 guys. But I feel like I prefer the first group. I do like Ellington tonight. I may even end up with him. I'll rue the day that I took him too. He actually played high school ball with a buddy of mine, so I saw him play in high school quite a bit. Wasn't a very big fan of his though. Being a Duke fan, I didn't really like his choice of colleges. Winslow, Whiteside. Okay. Yeah, I think so too there. I wouldn't. I mean, if this has to be this Tyus Ellington Ingles lineup has to be a GPP lineup, which I think looks like a reasonable lineup. I like Frazier tonight, but it's a matchup thing. Like he's just, or not a matchup thing, a game situation thing. He just has a low price and a high amount of minutes. It's hard to avoid that sort of stuff. I build it just like my cash lineups, which is usually okay because I usually end up with, one guy at least one guy, usually only two max. That's sort of off the beaten path. That seems to work for me. Nothing interesting for me on Tabo. I don't see it. All right, here we go. That's a good question, Josh. As most Joshes do, they have great questions. So the difference between cash and GPP lineups are almost solely based on ownership. There's a little bit of like high floor type stuff for cash, although I don't know how much that applies now as much as it did like 3 years ago. It's a very different game. So for GPPs, what you're looking for, if you're talking about actually winning, you're generally going to need a lineup that differentiates yourself from the field in some way. Now that could be like on FanDuel, that can be relatively chalky guy, or like absolute chalk for 6 guys. One guy that's sort of in the mid tier, and then 2 guys that are 1%ers. And you've immediately created yourself a lineup that has a ton of differentiation. It's all about just sort of, I talk about it in some of the recap videos. And I can hop over here just to show, like, in theory, and it's not totally accurate, GPP equals luck. Not necessarily. GPP equals risk in that you're taking guys that maybe have some more variability in them. So, in theory, if you multiply all of the ownership percentages together, take that number divided by 1. That's like your, the odds someone else has the same lineup as you. It's not totally accurate because of salaries. There are some guys that will naturally like end up with other guys. So, like Sean Livingston, for example. I mean, there's not enough games for last night to be totally relevant, or not a short enough slate for it to be totally relevant. But like Livingston would naturally be with 1 or 2 of the high-priced guys because you're sort of using him to fit in higher-priced guys. But anyway, like my lineup last night would have been a 1 in 2,800 lineup, which is actually pretty low. Like that's very similar for me on a normal cash night. It's usually a much higher number here, somewhere in like the 100,000s is generally where I like to be. But ultimately, GPPs are just, like, I'd consider GPPs more fun. Whereas I take a lot of pride in the craft of crafting a single cash lineup. But that, again, that's just me. It's all fun, sort of. I don't know what I'm thinking on Middleton and Teague. Good luck on Frank Mason and Jerry and Grant tonight. And yeah, I like Butler. I like everybody on Minnesota, I guess. Which reminds me, I need to update these lines. And then I need to actually build some lineups. Probably Fareed, but I'll be getting to that sort of decision in like 5 minutes. All right, Heat are 3.5 and 208.5. Suns 1.5, 212.5. My guesses this morning were really good. I was all over those openers. Flip-flop this earlier. Don't want to do that again. And there we go. I haven't seen that Middleton's out unless that happened in the last 5 minutes. I'm assuming you guys can see my tweets right now, but Fantasy Labs are saying that we might not get word on the Wolves and Teague and Bielitsa until after lock. I'm sorry, guys. Something's stuck in the old throat. That's prime for jokes there. DK lineup: Mitchell, Bledsoe, Valentine, Fareed, Jokic, Fraser, Holiday, Towns. It's got a little bit more Bulls than I tend to like, but that it seems fine to me. Yeah, definitely. I would never be rostering any of the guys that open up from that sort of stuff, so I'm gonna have Giannis, I think, regardless. And if Middleton's out, I'd just take that as a bonus. Same for, you know, whoever I end up with in Minnesota. I just consider it a small victory in my favor. I think this is going to be rather uneventful if that news doesn't come out. There aren't a lot of guys that I'm even looking at, so. How many games are there tomorrow? I have to look at that. A lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 game slate tomorrow. That'll be fun. We'll be running this all back again tomorrow. I'm hoping for a shorter slate Thursday, so I gotta actually take a break. Not that I don't love you guys. Towns or Jokic? Oh, man. Towns. I'm not gonna beg for it, but I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I'd say Towns. That's close. Okay, here we go. First draft. Let's do this. I don't know, Gortat, I guess. Okay. So. Who? Oh, wait, that's Mike Jones. So at point guard tonight, I don't see much else besides Bledsoe and Frazier. I like Bledsoe whether Middleton plays or not. And I obviously like him way more if Middleton sits. And then for Frazier, 4,900. You know, his per minute stats check out to just about what I need. Let's take a look at the matchup again. He has been better lately. For Dragic, like, I just don't like the game. He is in a good spot, though. I mean, obviously, like, no Shumpert tonight, too. You know, I'm going to take a bigger look at him. I ignored him earlier. I'm going to take a look again. Yeah, I try to have, you know, as many of the 50%-ish owned guys as possible. Why no Frank Mason love? Is Frank Mason tonight's Tarek Black? Am I understanding that correctly? All right, so I've got Frank Mason at 19 minutes. Who knows? Played 25 minutes last night, 10 the night before. Okay, so he's showing up. Is he filtered out of that? Oh, I moved the filter to 20. That makes sense. Thought I was going crazy there for a second. Yeah, I don't... I mean, I guess... I guess it's fine. I wouldn't roll the dice with the Kings. The second worst implied total on the night. That just seems needlessly risky. That is only a GPP move, in my opinion. What the hell was I doing? You guys got me off track now. Frazier. Whew. Yeah, Goran will be next. First, I want to make sure I'm not crazy about Frazier. And I'm going to want to take a second look at Gortat, or maybe a 100th look at Gortat. I'm not dabbing for the chat. The only thing that dabs is my Bitmoji. Okay, so I'm dragging. Okay, so Frazier's problems are corner threes, which aren't really a problem, and long mid-range, which is not really a problem. Yeah, I just... You can't. You have to guess ownership before lock. Like last night, for example, when I whiffed on Harden's. I don't see a feasible build with LeBron and Giannis. Don't know about Fareed. Yeah, I have no reason to not go with Tim Frazier tonight. Now, Gortat. He's just in a really, really good spot, price-wise. I have no idea who that is. What's Gortat been doing? I want to make sure I'm not crazy here. That's really not half bad. Word of warning, guys. I know that I'm eschewing the virtues of Wayne Ellington tonight. He's going to be like super low owned, so like be prepared for that. Okay, so Gortat sucked a bag of them the last time out. 27 minutes. 5 shots. But 4 straight games above value. If I end up there, I end up there. Okay. So the things that I need to lock. I'm confident that I want to go Giannis over LeBron. Am I? Did I do this again? Did I flip that stupid Bucks-Kings line? There's no way the Kings are 6-point favorites, right? I'm just an idiot. This is the second time I did this today. Yeah, exactly. Wait. Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's like, holy shit, the Bucks look terrible. I'm just a moron. Much better. Now they're 9th. Lovely. I can't wait to look this dude up. I don't know. Bulls and Suns are tricky. We're going to see soon. I'm doing my build right now. I got 38 minutes and I'm just barely getting anything done. They're probably both the move. Alrighty. Now I actually need to do this. So as I was saying, I'm going Giannis over Bron, just mostly because of the back-to-back, and I feel like that particular, like Bron being on the back-to-back is going to make Giannis more chalky, which is sort of what I'm just looking for. So that's optimal. I am not going Ricky Rubio. I'm not with you. So, right out of the gate, I got to switch from LeBron down to Giannis. That drops me 3, so I can handle that. Minnesota has the #1 total, so I think that's the place I need to lock in next. And I'm not on Teague. I think it's just bad to use John Henson. Tyus Jones is only a decent pick if you're willing to be super risky with your money in a GPP. Calderon out? Are you serious? Calderon starting. We're bringing that in here. Calderon, Smith, LeBron, Crowder, Love. Nothing crazy. All right, so we got Minnesota. Enter in Washington. So, ignoring Teague. Oh, bad copy job. Ignoring Teague, this is what we've got. Beal is the biggest trap tonight. That's not what I wanted to hear. Why is he a trap? How's that a trap? Okay, so I think Taj is the first thing I want to lock from Minnesota. I'm not worried about Butler defense. Did he take a time machine to 3 years ago on the Bulls? Minnesota's not D'ing up anything. Minnesota Timberwolves, points per possession. 110.7, or per 100 possessions. 110.7. 26th in the league. Why Taj? Why not Taj? I'm getting to the answer. Just like the price, it's a great game, the highest total. You know, he's, what is he, 53? Yeah, so he needs, you know, like 26. He's had a 46-point game, a 37-point game. He's got a really, in my opinion, he's got like a pretty high floor as well. So Taj or Gortat? Oh, that's a weird question. Taj. Thoughts on Winslow? I don't ever like him. So he's like in that crop of guys where like I gotta hope that he gets 4 steals or something. What percentage of his scoring is from point? Yeah, 40%. That's actually higher than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Do I want a second T-Wolf? Matchups. Yeah, I don't hate Rolo tonight. And then, does Taj have any interesting correlations? Wiggins big time. Awesome. Okay, so I gotta move to Beal now because I feel like he's the obvious chalk play, and I want to make sure that I like it. I feel like this is just going to come together right now. I don't know why I have that feeling, but this just, I feel like whatever I'm entering in here right now is going to become solid. Okay, so Beal doesn't really shoot a ton of corner threes, so that doesn't help him. And Markieff looks good tonight. So does Oubre. Why doesn't Beal get to 41.5? Yeah, that just feels so safe. Does he shoot a lot of free throws? Drawing a lot of shooting fouls. Okay. Nah, Minnesota doesn't foul all that often. Interesting. No word on Teague that I've seen. Fucking Trump. Yeah, I think so on Butler. That's a great point, Josh. Nate Duncan and Danny LaRue have been talking about it on the Dunked On podcast. I think it was them, not Zach Lowe. But anyway, talking about guys who don't have high foul rates because they're just generally in the wrong spot for defense, so they're not close enough to commit the foul. There might be some truth to that. So now let's lock in Beal because he's going to be chalky. I hope Wayne Ellington is the sleepy sleeper tonight. And I need Bledsoe as well. I don't like having 2 Bucks now with their shitty total. I feel like I'm on the wrong game. I'm getting there. Let's take a look at the Heat. How is it 6:30 already? I might need to start these like an hour earlier. By the time I get to where I need to be, it's hours later. I'm so bad at this. Okay, I don't get the Dragic love. 34.5. He's just been playing more. I'm not on Rubio. Dragic needs 34.5, which he's done twice in the last 6. They have the 7th highest implied total, but it's sort of in the same pack. Is he getting touted on Roto Grinders? I do have Beal tonight. Elite play on FanDuel, eh? Maybe I have a blind spot. Where's that stupid Bucks game? Okay, Bledsoe's there too. Wait, you need like a screenshot? Head to Google Sheet. You get what you need. Ish. Okay. So if I get off of Frazier and go to Dragic, where do I gotta take a haircut? Center, right? I'm getting there. Frazier. Okay. So he might not have as much ownership as I'm thinking. Or is that the sneak play? Let's just see what happens. So that's Wiggins, Josh Richardson, Portis, and Gortat. I don't need all of that. What if I switch that to Mike Johnson in Phoenix? Mike James? Is Mike Johnson a new person? I don't know who that is. Cat. Fareed. Giannis. I hate Calderon. I don't know. Why not Tyler Johnson? Yeah, I agree. Why not Tyler Johnson? Mike James. Huh. See, this is I got my wife making me dinner right now, so I can hang out with you hooligans. And if I do that, All right, Portis. What is that Bulls total? They're second. Did I miss that game or enter it wrong this morning? I feel like this game has not been on my radar at all, and now all of a sudden it seems like it should have been on my radar the entire time. Yeah, Porter's probably fine. I am 32, I think. Yeah, I'll be 33 in February. Now I remember. Portis. Okay. Yeah, why am I not on Portis? 24. This is everything I told myself I was going to do today. Gibson over Markkanen. I don't know what game I'm stacking the most of now. I don't feel like I know anything, and I only have 23 minutes left. I'm just nervous about Portis's minutes. 24. What do I have him projected for? 23. You foul a lot. No, not at all. Yeah, why not Bobby Portis? Let's do something like that. Don't really want Josh Richardson. A DFS empire. Yeah, I'm just rolling in it, playing, you know, $50 to $100 worth of contests a night and raking in what will soon be like 15 cents a video. Butler or Love DK Cash? Probably Butler. Why aren't you clicking, mouse? Still no news. Whoa. Nope. Still no news. Now that's true. Okay, now I don't want to start Portis. I should bail on tonight. Honestly, the power forward I like the most is James Johnson. No, I would not be anywhere near Middleton tonight. I don't know who the hell the play is for Chicago. It might just be Rolo. Snapple better than milk. Yeah. Depending on what I'm eating, though. Man, I don't know what to take from the Bulls. Jerry and Grant. No. I don't really like the direction that one's going. So I'm going to back off of that one. Go back to my Frazier lineup. I think you are crazy. I haven't looked at Booker at all tonight. I can't crack this Bulls code. I can't figure it out. I don't know what I like. I don't like any of it. I don't know why though. I don't think Fox is a cash option. So who is my other shooting guard? $18 minutes. So Wayne Ellington has scored 25 fantasy points or more in 3 of his last 4. Why isn't he being talked about? What am I missing there? Perry Mason? Hood, Valentine, or Holiday in cash? I honestly can't even answer that because I don't understand anything that's going on the Bulls today. I might have to pick Hood by default. Okay, so he's just shooting more. He took 12, 6, 9, 8, and 3s. Shooting the damn lights out lately. "89% of Weezy's shots are coming from 3. 89% come from 3. Cavs give up 8% more 3s than average, 15% more from the corner. He takes more corner 3s than anybody else on the team. I'm going to live by my gut, and I'm going to die by my gut tonight. I'll be the only person on the planet locking in Wayne Ellington. That's going to come down to be the dumbest thing I do tonight or the smartest thing I do tonight. There is no middle ground. I think most of my other guys are going to be fairly highly owned. I guess I got to look at Phoenix now. People should not be following me down this Wayne Ellington path. And I am being needlessly risky tonight. That is not a play that anyone else is playing in cash. I can almost promise you that. Yeah, I'm not touching Booker. Or Warren. Yeah, no way. Portis or Gibson? Gibson. I like Jokic. Denzel Valentine, 27 for value. I just don't think it's a good matchup. I could be wrong. They could just get there from volume, but I don't like it. High CPU detected because the wife is streaming Desperate Housewives finales or reunions downstairs. Valentine needs... What does he need? $31. Got there in 3 of the last 4. I already forget what his breakdown was because my memory is shit. Yeah, I just don't like Booker for this slate. Yeah. He's a decent defender, is he not? Yeah, because they play 12 dudes. I can't seem to predict Josh Jackson so far this year. I just need Denzel Valentine to hit his threes. So let's do that. So that gives me a piece of the Bulls. And now where do I end up? Yeah, Tyus Jones is way too risky. Awesome. Glad you'll be here. Okay. So now I'm on Towns and basically minimum salary guys, which that's not going to work. Which would mean I'd need to go to Gortat and that I can get off of someone else. Most I've won like in a day. I don't know, somewhere in like the $600 range. I don't really I don't put a lot into GPPs, so I've never had like a big GPP bank or anything like that. It's just been like really heavy wins where I get into like 100-person tournament and get first type stuff. But I've never had like that high of volume. It's a grind. Okay, so if I lock Gortat, what opens up? And I've got $1,200. I still need to knock another power forward in to... Man, it's probably Fareed, and I'm just being stubborn. Ekpeudo. Is that it? Is that the lineup that I should really be running out there? Not running out Wayne and making a silly stance. Putting in Wiggins and Gibson. getting 2 Bulls, fading the Suns, Bledsoe and Giannis. That's it, right? I got a UPS for Black Friday stuff. I got this microphone. I bought a new thermostat. I got another Nest. I don't think I grabbed anything else. I think this is what I'm going with. No, not at all. It's actually smart in GPPs in a way. I like that game total. So I'm not as nervous. I think that's what I'm doing. I don't know what I would change. I would expect Bledsoe, Giannis should have really high ownership. So I'll skip over him. I expect Beal to have really high ownership. And then, Bledsoe's I would imagine will be normal. Tim Frazier's I expect to be pretty high just because he just feels chalky. And then I think Taj's will be pretty high. The only place that I'm not totally married to is Portis. I would love to go Towns or Jokic, but I just don't see a way to get to that. Need to edit my lineup. Yeah, 7 minutes left. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Three Wizards is interesting, but Jokic or Bledsoe in GPP. Probably Bledsoe. I would go lower than Butler. Oh, gotcha. Bledsoe, Frazier, Beal. This turns into Wiggins. I'm going to regret playing Bulls. I can feel it already. Alright, so now's the time to get weird with my picks and see if I can tweak that better. So let's say instead of Wiggins, I did want Towns. What do I have to do for that? It gives me Towns, Wayne, and another punt at power forward. Okay. So let's lock Wayne. No regrets. Huh. That'd be interesting. Alright, let's get weird one last time. Let's clear it out. Oh, I didn't put my head-to-heads in. Could hear plates clinking around downstairs. Means I know food's gonna be ready soon. I'm excited. I'm not really super excited about Gortat. Let me be honest with you. Ooh, 174. What did we hit here? 185. Come on back. 9 people. I'll answer your questions, I promise. So no one just grabs all 20 of them immediately? Usually it lets me end up with like 20 different people. I don't have the time to sit and like pick through individual head-to-head matchups for $1 a piece. I play mostly like double ups, triple ups, and quads. Yeah, I like Alec Burks tonight. What happens if you lock LeBron and Giannis? Boom. I mean, for me, there's only 3 guys that I've been looking at center. It's Jokic, Towns, and Gortat. And I think Rolo is sneaky, but I'm not going to do it. Jerry and Grant. My favorite real-life team, I guess I would say the Mavs, but I don't really follow any particular team anymore. I'm a big Dirk fan. Yeah, I'm happy with 175. Got to keep it growing. Let's make it 175,000. Turn this into a channel. Okay, so if I go Bron and Giannis, I'm for sure going to need Wayne. I don't want to... I mean, that's like really not half bad. What's the switch there? Oh, Linux. It is a lot of people. Live Before Lock should be a fantasy show. Come at me, ESPN or whatever. Come at me, The Ringer. What up, Bill Simmons? That would have been interesting. Who's the non-Bledsoe point guard that I can get to? That's only $100. Need more Jim Cramer type antics. That's a little aggressive. Yeah, I would never. I can't say that. I would go to ESPN in a heartbeat. Quit my job immediately. I've only been back there for like 3 weeks. All right, whatever. That's what I'm rolling with. Eric Bledsoe, Tim Frazier, Bradley Beal, Andrew Wiggins, my man Greek Freak, Denzel Valentine, Taj Gibson, Bobby Portis, Marcin Gortat. Only thing I don't like on there is Portis, but I'm willing to make exceptions for, high-paced games for guys that are under 5,000. I do financial work. Look, I hope Wayne works. Obviously, you guys can see that I pivoted off of him. God, I'm gonna want to punch myself in the nads if he if he makes like 6 threes or something. My good. If anybody's filling those head-to-heads, have at it. Do I pay for Fantasy Cruncher Premium? It's an interesting question. Technically, I do not. If Ellington doesn't, I'm not going to be mad. Good luck to everybody tonight. We are now at 7 o'clock. This ship has sailed, folks. We are no longer live before lock. We are live after lock. Let's check the ownership. Do I have anything in the early game? What's for dinner? Turkey burgers and Brussels sprouts. Bet I'm a spy. Did you fill a head-to-head? That's fun. I don't have any early games. Who's got early game shit? Josh Richardson, 10%. Yes, I use Excel like 95% of my day at work, including building the tool that my entire department uses on a day-to-day basis. 26%. That one might be one I wanted. Yeah, the Warriors weren't the best. James Johnson, 8%. I might end up being upset that I don't have that. I really liked him tonight. We'll see, though. Ooh. 15% owned Bron. Giannis is going to be, holy shit, like 60 or 70. Everybody went Giannis tonight. Good to know. I think that's it. I don't need to see anything else. Do I do single entry, double ups, or 50-50s? They're mostly single entries. Oh, this is a triple double that I clicked on. So those ownership percentages aren't totally the same. Will I ever charge for my service? So here's my current plan. How many people are left? Holy shit, 139. So here's my current plan. I will never charge for the sheet, the Google sheet. That'll just always exist like it does. And I would never plan to charge for any sort of like live podcast or whatever we want to call this sort of medium. Now, like, if some I am so tiny, so I do take this with a grain of salt. If someone ever came to me with like a really fun offer for me to just write and do this sort of stuff constantly, I would entertain that. And if it put me behind a paywall, so be it. But as Inked Gaming just got to, I'm going to set up a Patreon link with no sort of requirements. There's not going to be anything. There's not going to be anything that like costs extra money. It's just going to be like, if you have the ability to throw a couple extra bucks, that's awesome. Or, you know, that's a way, like, if you hit a $5,000 tournament and you want to be like, yeah, here's $5 for doing everything you do. Like, I think that's pretty cool. I don't really like the idea of like asking for it. Oh shit. As I rumble through this, I realized that I got into a $25 triple up instead of what was supposed to be a $5 triple up. I was wondering why my entry fees looked higher than they were. That's going to be fun. Okay. But yeah, my expectation was that I was going to set up the Patreon for December 1st. And we'll see where that goes. I think I just hate asking for it because I like doing this regardless. Money's not super interesting for me. The money would have to be interesting enough to like leave my job to do it. And at that point, it would need to be like a pretty healthy amount. An amount that I don't think that I can ever reasonably get to. But it's not totally unrealistic. But, even if it's $50 or something, it's not out of the realm of possibility that it would I'd bring in 50 for a Patreon and I'd just put it in like a free roll and give it to somebody. So who knows? Yeah, 175,000 viewers doing $1 each. Good luck with that one. Well, I'm going up against some pretty healthy competition here in this $25 triple up. That's a bit of a mistake. Tonight's not exactly the night where I wanted to be firing giant bullets. Yeah, I've thought about that. If I wanted to do a Twitch stream, I feel like I'd get less people than the YouTube link, but I don't know. And I don't know if my computer could handle doing both simultaneously. But yeah, like the tip jar thing is kind of cool. But I feel like people don't want to tip me before it happens. People would want to tip me like after. You can do both. Okay. That might be something I look into then. Do I watch all the NBA games? No, I probably watch like 15 minutes a night. And then I end up watching Stranger Things or Mindhunter or whatever other dumb shit my wife and I are watching. Yeah, almost everybody is from Reddit. Okay, I'll look into the multiple streams thing. Like I said, I do feel a little funky about the money side of it. Poker on Twitch? Holy shit, that would have ruined college for me. Well, no, I would have just been playing. I would have been playing poker on Twitch. Biggest payday on FanDuel. Again, somebody's asked earlier. I don't really enter any GPPs or anything, so it's like $600 or $700, and that's just basically like hitting everything at the top of the line for double ups, triple ups, and like quints. Yeah, I'll definitely look into Twitch then. That seems good. All right, so Ram doesn't have anybody either in the early game. Where are you at, Condia? I will, man. Thanks. Dude, I love Football Manager. Huge Football Manager player. I'm planning on doing a Football Manager Let's Play for sure. I play the living shit out of that game. I'll play. I didn't actually do it today, but like normally I'll get in the tiny single entry GPPs, but I've just never really built my lineup for it. I don't really like the idea of like getting in for $1 and winning 4. I don't know. Nice. I'm glad you found me just from YouTube, and I love that your name is a Portis reference because I'm a Redskins fan. Yeah. So I guess if you stream Football Manager, then you probably know Loki Doki. I watch his shit a lot, and I'm one of his Patreons, so yeah, I do it. I do that a lot for Football Manager. How many people are still here? 106 people just listen to me just shoot the shit with a chat. It's insane. It's so insane. You guys have to have better shit to do than talk to me, don't you? Boo Earns went dry. 37%. Okay. Man, I'm going to shit myself for this one. I hate that I got in that top 8. Whatever. Let's get weird. I'm done. I got to go eat dinner. My wife's going to kill me. Good luck tonight. I'll be around. I am trying to build my community. There you go. I will be back tomorrow for the whole shebang again. Recap in the morning, breakdown in the morning, and live before lock tomorrow at 6. So join me. It's fun. Tell your friends. Tell everybody you know. Tell everyone you've ever met. Just hand out business cards. Do whatever. If I get 400 plus in a month, I'll go crazy. And I would totally do this. I wish I could overlay games and just like live bullshit over the games, but you know, that's probably against the law and shit. Anyway, I'm out. I'm hungry. You guys have fun. You're awesome. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys tomorrow.